Well, so number one, Sandra, this is my laptop. That is the answer. What is the question?
Who is this laptop?
How can you spell the first word for me? W?
W-H-O-S-E.
Okay, whose, and then who's what?
Who is this laptop?
Pero por eso te pregunté cómo lo habías escrito, porque no la pronuncias.
Whose?
Whose, tengo que oírla bien zumbado. Whose?
Whose is this laptop?
Whose is this laptop? Is there any other possible question for this answer?
I put whose laptop is this?
Both are correct.
Okay.
In this case, this is an adjective, and in this case, it's a pronoun. Both are correct. Number two, Olin, I usually have lasagna for dinner. What is the question?
What do you usually have for dinner?
What do you want?
Do you usually have?
¿Cómo pronuncias esto?
University.
Bueno, con esta misma you vas a pronunciar esto.
Usually.
One more time.
Usually.
Everything, please.
Okay. What do you usually have for dinner?
What do you usually?
What do you usually?
Tiene que sonar igual que esta. What do you
okay. What do you usually? Usually.
Have for dinner. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Number three.
Is it possible to have usually for dinner, or usually have for dinner is the only possibility?
Adverbs have the characteristic that they can accept several positions, but a very normal position is to have it before the main verb. Okay, that is a very normal position, like like here. If you want to change the position, not all the positions are possible. You can say, for example, at the very beginning, usually, what do you have, blah, blah, blah.
No, I use what do you have usually for dinner?
Impossible.
Okay, thanks.
Now, if you want to use it at the end, you need to put it at the very end.
Okay, thanks.
Like, what do you
have for dinner? Usually
have for dinner, and at the very end, usually. So that would be grammatically okay, but it's not a very normal way for people to speak. But in terms of order, it would be acceptable.
Thanks.
Oh, well. Number three, Jessica, my sister lives in the house over there. What is your question?
Where does your sister live?
Where does your sister live? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay. Fair. Number four, I am leaving early because my son is ill.
Why are you leaving early?
Good. Why are you leaving early? My dad likes the blue jacket best. What do you think, Axel?
Which jacket does your dad prefer?
Which jacket
does your dad prefer?
Well, you would change the verb?
Oh, okay. Like, so. Like best?
best, exactly. Because exactly this is the meaning of prefer, which is what you wanted to say. So to like best, something is to prefer.
Okay.
Mhm. Does everybody agree?
Yes, but I have a doubt.
Yes.
Another, I don't know if if it is correct.
Mhm.
What color do you that like jacket best?
Oh,
What color do you?
if you want to say that, you would need to say something like this.
Okay.
In the position, in the exact position where we have this. So, what color jacket
Okay.
does your dad like best? So together, because what I'm looking for is an adjective for a noun. So this is a package. I cannot separate the package.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Teacher, can we use most instead of best?
Yes. If you don't want to use best, you can use most. No problem.
Teacher,
Yep.
it's incorrect to say which jacket does your dad like the best, or it's without the.
It's a matter of use. You could say the best, but it's not really necessary. This is more like an idiom. So you have to use it like that without the article.
Okay.
It's not impossible. Everybody would understand, but the most frequent way of saying this is without the article.
Okay.
You're welcome. Okay, number 6, Mariel. The street festival takes place on the first Friday in August.
When is going to be the street festival?
Why are you changing the tense, may I ask?
I also wrote, when does the street festival take place?
Okay, that sounds more like what we need. When does what?
The street festival take place.
The street festival take place.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
All right. Number 7.
Teacher,
Okay.
I wrote something kind of different. Instead of using does, I wrote will. So the complete sentence, the complete question would be, when will the street festival take place?
Yeah, but in that case, the answer wouldn't justify using the present.
Present takes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the sentence is apparently referring to something that happens every year. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's a festival that is every year on that very day. So it's like the Holy Week, or it's always, well, the Good Friday is always, I don't know how many Fridays after Jesus Christ's birthday or something like that. So it's very rigid. Or for example, when is Father's Day? Do you know?
I don't remember.
It's strange. We always know about Mother's Day, but not about Father's Day. Well, Father's Day is always on the third Sunday of June. Always.
Yeah.
So it's a celebration that is not a specific day like Mother's Day, but it is calculated in terms of Sundays. So this is a routine. So we are talking about a routine in the question too.
Okay.
Mhm. And your question would be for just that particular year. Uh-huh. So when will the street festival take place? It will take place this year on the first Friday of August or something like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, number 7. Monse.
Yes. How much salt does you use for your cooking?
Okay. How much salt? I heard this. Do you use?
No, do.
Okay. I got a little bit scared
Sorry.
for your cooking. Is that okay?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it is.
Fine. Number 8.
A question. Could it be instead of for in?
Oh, we have in. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes. The question says in. Sorry. Mhm.
which is correct or the both are correct but have different meaning?
In. No, it wouldn't have a terribly different meaning. No.
Okay.
But yeah, in my cooking. Mhm. Sorry. Number 8. Manuel. The new hotel is located near the seaside.
Where is the new hotel located?
Where is the new hotel located? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay. Noemi, number 9. My sister usually helps me with my homework.
I put who usually helps you with your homework?
Who usually, one more time,
Who usually helps you with your homework?
helps you with your homework? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
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 Fine. Number 10. Hugo. They are very worried because they failed the test. Mhm. Why are they very worried? Worried. No, worried. Worried is okay. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
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 Okay. Physics is Mary's favorite subject. Zaire, what is the question?
What is Mary's favorite subject?
What is Mary's? Well, this is British English. I am going to use my American English. Uh-huh. What is Mary's favorite subject? And finally, number 12. My best friend is a year older than I am.
Sorry,
What-
teacher. In the previous
Number-
question, is it possible to use which or what is the correct? The only possible.
No, in this case, what is the only possibility? Because we don't have a particular menu.
Okay.
You know that there are many subjects, so we don't know what the answer is. In this case, we can assume that either your father your father has a limited menu of jackets, not an infinite menu. That is why we use which. Or because the situation is in a shop. Mhm. So he's trying to choose between 2 or 3 that he likes. So in this case, which is appropriate. But in the case of physics, we really don't have a menu. So we don't know what the answer can be. In that case, what is the question?
Okay.
It's like the name. Remember, if I want to know your name, my question is,
What?
what's your name? Because the menu is infinite. The number of the replies or the responses are endless. So I cannot ask which. Okay? Well,
Who? Why is this?
so number 12. Had I mentioned somebody or no?
No.
No?
No.
I haven't picked. Okay, Odette. My best friend is a year older than I am.
How old is your best friend?
How old is your best friend? Everybody agree? Yeah?
Oh.
Is it possible?
What do you want?
How older is your best friend than you?
Ah, interesting. Okay.
I don't know.
Let's see. How older than you is your best friend? So you need this. Because you need to give the reference, older than who?
Yes.
How older than you is your best friend? In that case, yeah.
How older than you? Your best friend. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. 13. Victoria.
Yes.
A new apartment costs $300 a month.
How much does a new apartment cost?
How much does the new apartment cost? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 14. Pete's car always makes such a terrible noise. Zaire.
Yes. Whose car does always make such a terrible noise? Whose car does always make such a terrible noise?
Does everybody agree?
Yeah. Is it possible? Wow. No. I don't know.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. In what position is this information in the answer?
As a subject?
Is a subject. So remember that when the question word is the subject, we don't
Okay.
need the transformation.
Okay.
So correct your question, please.
Whose car always makes such a terrible noise?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because it's a question about the subject. Remember, who does, who do you, this is the subject, okay? Who do you live with? In this case, you need auxiliary and this is. Who lives with you? This is the subject. So I don't need to say who does live.
Okay.
So when the question word is different from the subject, in that case, yes, you need the split, the auxiliary and the verb. When the question word is the same as the subject, you just replace it in a sentence like in the affirmative order, and that will be it.
Okay.
Okay. And then 15, I take the underground to work. Abigail.
What do you take to work?
What do you take to work? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Very good. So, we were checking last class near the end. We were checking the King and the Rock. The first version, we interrupted. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, what we stopped here. Many people stumbled over the rock and hurt themselves. So we are here. So, is there anybody who has not participated yet?
Me,
Who's me?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, please. What is your next correction?
I think that maybe we could put moreover between themselves and a cart.
Many people stumble over the rock and hurt themselves. Okay, so you want a period or you want a semicolon? What do you want?
A semicolon.
Okay, so here you want moreover, comma, a cart turned over. And what did I say about cohesion? Did I say anything?
I don't remember it.
And the others, do you remember? Or I have not mentioned this yet. For example, if I have this, what do I need before and?
Another sentence?
Comma.
A comma, because I have the structure sentence 1, comma, fun boys, sentence 2. But this is a little bit too heavy, especially because we are adding moreover. So instead of creating more cohesion, putting more connectors, I can create more flow or more cohesion by dropping unnecessary words. For example, removing this one. Moreover, a car turned over and was badly damaged. And is it logical? Is this logical?
Yes, I think so.
Really? A ver, vamos a traducirlo para que ustedes sientan cómo va a quedar. Mucha gente que, aquí desde many. Mucha gente que
Mucha gente tropieza.
se tropezaba, ¿no? Que es empezado. Se tropezaba.
Y serían así mismo. Y salían
¿Con qué se tropezaban?
con la roca.
Con la roca y
Lastimaban la serie.
no a sí mismos, porque si no parece como que eran masoquistas y agarraban y ellos no se andaban, pues no sé, o sea, como si fueran, ¿cómo se llaman estos? Los que están justamente en Semana Santa y se van dando de latigazos y cosas así, no, o sea, se lastimaban porque se pegaban con la roca, o sea, esto así se dice, o sea, lastimarse. En español necesito el C, ¿ok? Lastimarme, lastimarte. Necesito ese pronombre reflexivo. Me lastimé, te lastimaste, él se lastimó. En inglés necesito este reflexivo para que la acción sea sobre mí mismo. Yo me lastimé, ellos se lastimaban. So many people stumble over the rock. Mucha gente se tropezaba con la roca y se lastimaba. Y luego, ¿qué dice? Moreover, ¿cómo le hago? What's that in Spanish?
Además,
Además,
Más o es más.
además,
maybe a car turned over.
en español,
Una carreta se...
una carreta
¿Volcó?
se volcó, se volteó, ajá,
y fue seriamente dañado.
pero no fue, sino quedó, diríamos nosotros, ¿no? Y quedó muy, ajá, dañada. Ujú. Continúa, furthermore.
Además,
No.
O sea, como que ya es llover sobre mojado con los ademases, ¿no? ¿No se les hace?
Okay.
No, so,
O sea, como que además esto y además lo otro y además lo de aquello. Y además,
so,
no como que
entonces,
so.
no.
A ver.
Sorry.
Was badly damaged. No one stopped to remove it.
And,
¿Qué sería lo lógico aquí?
and,
Pero, o sea, lo que quieren es pura adición. ¿Cómo?
Rob furthermore.
However, a contrasting,
A contrast. O sea, tengo un problema, pero no lo resuelvo, sino yo sigo adelante con mi vida. O sea, ¿qué onda, no? No, aquí necesito un contraste. The simple thing is to say, but no one stopped to remove it. So if you want to put something more elegant, but not necessarily better, you use a contrast. But we need a contrast because there is a logical problem here, a contrast. So there is a problem, but no one remedies it. So it's dramatic. It's a society of people who are very indolent, very negligent. They don't care. So a contrast sounds reasonable. Mhm. Then, however, no one stopped to remove it until ¿qué convendría decir aquí?
Until one day.
Ajá, no estaría más. Until one day, one man came along. Now, who is this he?
the one
one
man.
that came alone.
Supposedly, but according to the rules of theme and rhyme, what is the subject of the previous sentence? No, this is just the complement of time of this sentence. What is the subject of that sentence?
One.
Descartes.
No one.
No one.
No one. No one. Este no one es el sujeto de esta oración. ¿Sí lo entienden o no?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So, this he refers to no one. Is this correct?
no.
No.
How can I remedy that? ¿Cómo puedo hacer que esto sea lo que yo quiero que sea?
Repeat the man.
Exactly, con las reglas de theme and rhyme tan bonitas que ya sabemos. Entonces repito aquí, the man. Para que quede claro que es este. Ujú. Ahora, en ese pueblo todos eran bien buena onda y bien decentes y bien generosos y bien preocupados por los demás.
No.
No, they ran.
It's exactly the problem of that kingdom. If you say so, you are implying that the logical thing to do was to roll the rock off. But we know the story and we know this is not true. So, is it possible to say so?
No.
Of course not. because we are implying that this is logical. In addition, so doesn't accept this punctuation because it's one of the fanboys. And fanboys require a comma, sentence 1 and sentence 2, not semicolon, etc. But, so what is a more reasonable way to describe the actions of this man without implying that they are necessarily the only logical thing to do?
A sequence of actions.
Yes, tell me, please.
And he.
Start with the man.
The man saw
man.
the obstruction and he rolled it off the road.
Connect everything you can. ¿Y qué quedamos? O sea, lo que acabo de decir de la cohesión, si puedo evitar estas repeticiones, las
And roll it. Okay, yeah.
roll it off the road. ¿Y luego qué más? En vez de estas cosas tan raras. Porque no es cierto que lo lógico es que toda la gente regrese con tierrita para rellenar el hoyo. En ese pueblo no. Y aquí otra vez me están diciendo que eso es lo único lógico.
So, drop it. Drop those.
Yeah, connect the sentence. The man saw the obstruction, comma, roll it off the road.
Comma, return with some dirty to fill in the hole.
And returns with some dirt to fill in the hole. That's all. That's more fluent. And I am not implying that this was a logical thing to do, because maybe for this particular man who was different from the rest, this was true. But in the rest of the kingdom, the inhabitants, the dwellers, were the opposite. They were not very interested in removing the obstacle. Okay. Can anybody see a problem in this? In this sentence?
There is a fragment.
There is something like a fragment. Yeah, where?
So a first line there.
Uh-huh. What do we need to do to remedy that?
I think the subject.
Where?
Before so, I wrote he.
Could we use the man instead of he?
You can use it, but it would be more logical to put it here, not in the second place.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is the free, no? Okay. Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. We are continuing with the man. So if you want to say when the man, etc., he saw a person lying there. Is it clear why we need this he? Is it clear to everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So just to make sure. So, what is this part of the sentence?
Subordinating clause.
Sorry?
Subordinating clause or complement.
A complement of what? Because complements are not always subordinate clause. In this case, it is a subordinate clause, but not always. A complement of what? We recognize this word, we recognize this. It's a complement of time. So now it's clear. What is this?
The verb.
The verb. And what is this?
The object.
The object. And these are all their complements. Complement 2, complement 3. This is complement 1. So now it's very obvious that we need the subject for this verb, okay? That is why we need he. In Spanish, we can omit that subject. In English, it's impossible. So when you are not very sure about these things, what you need to do is to change the order and say, so a person lying there when he began to fill in the water. We put the complement at the end. We use the small construction. So it's obvious that we need a subject in this position. Okay? So?
Yes, okay.
Well, so what can we do to make this a little bit more fluent and to correct these strange things? What can we do? Axel.
Drop off the second he and change the comma after before and.
Okay, grammatically you would be correct in this. But what did I say in the other cases?
Will it be when he began to fill in the hole, comma, he saw a poor lying there, comma, opening, and found it was filled?
We could even, yes, we could say, comma, opened it. Well, I'm going to write the comma here. Oops. Comma, opened it. And found it was filled with gold. And we stop there. If not, we are going to have a tremendously long sentence, which is not very comfortable.
Okay, yes.
Okay, this is one possible solution. Another solution was to respect the idea that this person wanted a second sentence. He opened it, but again, we don't need this comma, especially we don't need the comma after and we can drop the pronoun. And found, all this gives more cohesion, avoiding repeating unnecessary words. Opened it and found it was filled with gold. Let's suppose that we want to continue with this. What kind of word is due to? You remember? In what family of grammar it was?
Cause is a preposition of cause.
It's a preposition of cause. Good. And what is a restriction that we have when we use prepositions?
We don't put a sentence before after a preposition.
After.
Yes, sir.
And what characterizes a sentence?
Subject, verb, and complement.
What is the first part of the sentence?
The verb, or
no.
Sorry, the subject.
The subject. We can never have a subject after a preposition. Never a subject. So, what can we do instead of saying due to? We want to establish a connection of cause and effect.
Because
Because that would be the easiest thing to do. He opened it and found it was filled with gold because the king had put it there for. And then what problem do we have here? In particular, here. Oops. Right. What is that? A person thoughtful enough to clear the road. Is that a sentence?
No.
So if it's not a sentence, what is it?
Compliment.
it's like a relative clause, or it should be a relative.
It should be, it could be, pero así como está, ¿cómo se llama el problema? Ya tienen ustedes forma de
Fragment.
Fragment, bingo. This is a fragment. One possible solution is a relative clause. Yes. So, can you give me the relative clause?
For a person which be thoughtful enough to clear the road.
Your microphone or the volume, please.
A person which be thoughtful enough to clear the road.
La persona es cosa.
Sorry, a person who will
be... ok.
Yes, sorry.
Sí, luego los derechos humanos y todo eso bien van a venir a reclamarnos, ¿no? ¿Y por qué will? Si estamos hablando en pasado.
No, sir, only who be thoughtful enough.
Who be. Eso está más peor. Ahora sí que está más peor. O sea, I be, you be, he be. Agarration. A ver, ¿cómo? ¿Cómo es eso?
I don't know how to complete it. A person
Pues,
who will be.
si quieres decirlo así, would be, sí estaría bien.
Will be.
Would be o who was. Las dos son posibles. Thoughtful enough to clear the road. Is it clear?
Yes.
Well, so
Then we just add one sentence with the fragment, adding the subject with relative clause. But after, for a person, we add a comma or not, or just for a person who will be thoughtful.
This is any person. And we are giving important information to distinguish that person from any other person. So in this case, the comma is not possible. Just like that.
Yes, okay.
This is precisely the next problem we have. Our time. Well, let's finish this quickly. So everyone talked about it. For example, he was a lucky man. So what problem do we have here? What is this? Is this a sentence? Yeah, for example, he was a lucky man. Yeah, do you agree?
No, it's not a sentence.
It's not a sentence. And this, for example, sounds a little bit strange. So it would be more natural. Well, first of all, we don't need this semicolon. We don't need this. So we would need a word here, simply saying he was a lucky man. Okay, this is not very conventional, but it's not impossible. But what about this? Do you recognize this problem?
He or she is using both as a subordinating conjunction.
No, it's not coordinating conjunction. That's not a problem. Let's suppose that you correct that. If you want to correct that, you can use a comma here, a but this problem continues. What is this problem?
No, I mean, he or she thought that but was a subordinate conjunction.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's that this person is not following the exact punctuation rules that I have taught, because maybe in the books or articles that this person reads, eventually this may appear, like also this. So in real text, this appears, but it's not, say, very canonical, but real people use it.
Okay.
Pero ¿cómo se llama este problema?
Team membrane?
No.
Run-on sentence.
Run-on sentence, thank you. In particular, what characteristic?
The sentences are not closely related.
¿Cómo se llamaba el tipo de run-on sentence cuando lo que tenía yo era una coma ilegal?
Comma
splice. Es una run-on sentence de tipo comma splice. ¿Cómo la compongo? There are many solutions.
Maybe a period and then
a period.
A connector.
Maybe a connector. There are connectors that we have not studied that are called modality connectors that could be very appropriate here. For example, in fact, indeed, as a matter of fact. So you can use it here. In fact, his reward was the result of his effort. So you would need to create a new category in the chart that we have, and we need to create to include all this family. Modality is to involve levels of certainty. In the same category, you could have probably, maybe. You have all the degrees of probability, from uncertainty to absolute certainty. So.
Yes, but what's the category we can put it?
The name is modality. Let me see. Receipt. in this chart, we need to create a new category. We are going to call it modality. And then we go to the family of conjunctive adverbs, and we include all those that I told you. In fact, well, we don't need the comma. As a matter of fact, indeed, certainly, maybe, perhaps, etc. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is the modality family. Well, so let me stop sharing my screen so that I can make sure that the next material that we are going to use is available in the Google Classroom. Yeah, it's there. So can you go to the Google Classroom? And there is a section called relative clauses. And there is a material called relative clauses introduction. Let me know when you have the file.
Ready.
Ready.
Yeah?
Yeah, ready.
So let me see, this is 6. And this is 5. So let me again stop my video and share the screen so that I can tell you what you're going to do. So as we saw in this exercise about the king and the rock, some of the solutions, instead of using connectors, implied using relative clauses. It sounded more natural. So it's about time for us to study relative clauses. So this is the file that you got. This is to refresh what you know. But I am going to add an extra instruction. So in this exercise, you have to underline the adjective clause. Adjective clause is another name for relative clause. These are two names for the same thing. So underline the adjective clause in each sentence. Then I'm going to add an extra instruction here. Circle the relative pronoun. So underline the adjective clause, circle the relative pronoun. Draw an arrow from the pronoun or the relative pronoun, to make it very clear, from the relative pronoun to the noun it modifies. And add commas if necessary. So let's see, to make sure that we are understanding. In number 1, a country that has a king or queen is called a monarchy. What is the relative clause?
That has a king or queen?
That has a king or queen. Now, what word should I circle? That. Then I should draw an arrow from that to what word?
A country.
Country. So I draw the arrow. And should I add commas or not?
I think not.
Yes.
Commas here or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the commas are like parentheses. So let's see if I put this information in parentheses. Can you read the sentence like this? And is the sentence true? A country is called a monarchy?
Yes, it is.
Todos los países,
No.
a country is called a monarchy? A country is called a monarchy?
No.
Entonces, when the information that I give, putting the information in parentheses, which is exactly the same as putting it in commas, something's wrong. So I cannot use comma here because I am defining what kind of country is called a monarchy. It's like the example of the king and the rock. I am trying to define the person who was going to find the gold, not just any person, a person thoughtful enough to clear the road. Let's see number 2. England, which has a queen, is a monarchy. What should I underline?
Which has a queen?
Which has a queen. What word should I circle?
Which?
Which. I should draw the arrow from which to what?
England.
England. Do I need commas or not?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I use parentheses or not? England is a monarchy. Is it true or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely true. So I can use commas. What happens if I don't write commas?
It is redundant.
No, it's you create a parallel universe where there are many Englands, and only the England that has a queen is a monarchy. The others not. Entonces, en un universo cuántico con sus mundos paralelos, tal vez sí hay muchas Inglaterras, pero aquí en el que estamos solo hay una. Is it clear or not?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah. And number 3, let's see. A pediatrician is a doctor who takes care of children. What should I underline?
Who takes care of children.
Who takes care of children. What word should I circle?
Who.
I should draw the arrow from who to what?
The doctor.
Doctor.
To doctor. And do we need commas or not?
No.
No.
No. Number 4, Dr. Jones, who is your neighbor, is a pediatrician. What should I underline?
Who is our neighbor?
Who is our neighbor?
Neighbor.
Is a pet. What neighbor?
What word should I circle?
Who?
Who?
What word should I draw the arrow to?
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Dr. Jones.
Do I need a comma? Do I need commas or not?
Yes.
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 Mhm. Okay. Well, so now that you understand the exercise very well, I'm going to give you time for you to finish the exercise with your partner. So, 7 minutes, do you think will be okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let me find a new session. Okay, go ahead.
So, like this, no? Something like this. Do we need a comma? Yes, no, because there are no many Sarabias and Singapores. Okay, comma and comma. Next one. So this is that punishment in public. With that, what do you think? I don't know. If we use commas, no. I don't know. I don't know. Countries that punish missing public have very little crime. What's that what the teacher said? England, comma. Okay, so which yeah, which and drink. We don't need commas. Coca-Cola, which is so all over the world. Which Coca-Cola, which is all over the world, is a carbonated drink. Yeah, we need a comma. Millions of people drink Coca-Cola, which is sold all over the world. Which and Coca-Cola. Yeah, that I don't know how to make a flag. Yeah, students that have study regularly will not do. Yes? No, 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 no. Bueno, no, no, yo pienso porque, como dijo acá, no sé cómo explicarlo. Si no poníamos comas en lo de Inglaterra, decía que en algún universo paralelo donde la Inglaterra no tuviera queen, no tuviera una reina, no sería monarquía. Entonces, de alguna manera, si ponemos comas aquí, sería que todos los estudiantes, no sé. Sí, pero vamos a usar dos ejemplos, lo de que es información parenthetical phrase, parenthetical information, and de lo del universo paralelo. Si lo quitamos, no se va a entender, porque los estudiantes van a tener un buen examen final, sí, pero no sabes qué estudiante. Entonces, no necesitamos comas. ¿Ok? Are you agree? Yes. Okay. Gabriel Trin, okay, who has to regularly, yeah. Who? Gabriela Trin. Oh, that was. Mm-hmm. Sí, porque si no habría varias Gabrielas y varias Trins en un universo paralelo. Okay. The card that I bought yesterday broke down today. That. Yes. We shall go. Yes. Yes. My present one is with the holiday.
Well, I guess everybody's back. So, all right. Well, number 5, fair. Read the sentence, tell me then you will tell me what you underlined, what you circle, and where you do the arrow, and if finally you added commas or not.
Okay. Saudi Arabia and Singapore, which punish criminals in public, have very little crime.
Mhm.
I underline which punish criminals in public.
Mhm.
I circled which.
Mhm.
I put the arrows to Saudi Arabia and Singapore.
Mhm.
And I put commas between Singapore and which, and between public and have.
Thank you. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Good. Okay, Lucero. Number 6.
Yes. Countries that punish criminal in public have very little crime. I underline that punish criminals in public. Circle that. Arrow to countries. Arrow.
I drew the arrow to countries.
Thank you. I drew the arrow to countries and without commas.
No commas. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, number 7. Victor.
Coca-Cola is carbonated drink which is sold all over the world. I underlined which is sold all over the world. I circle which. And I drew the arrow to Coca-Cola.
Ah. Look at number 3.
Okay. So no, the arrow is to drink.
Exactly. To drink. And then commas or no commas?
Maybe a comma.
1 comma here.
Comma. Yes.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
No,
And
I think that we don't need commas.
we don't need a comma. Because now I put Coca-Cola in the book, in a big bag, in a big category of all the carbonated drinks. So this information is necessary to distinguish this carbonated drink from others.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Number 8. Mariel.
Coca-Cola, which is sold all over the world, is a carbonated drink. I underlined which is sold all over the world. I circled which. I drew the arrow to Coca-Cola. Between commas, I wrote a comma between Coca-Cola and which, and another between word and is.
It would be probably simpler to say I put a comma before the relative clause and after the relative clause.
Yes.
That is the function of the relative clause, to put it separate from the rest. No,
Yes.
it's okay. So does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Pauline.
Yes. Number 9. Millions of people drink Coca-Cola, which is sold all over the world. The relative clause is which is sold all over the world. I circle which is, which. And drew the arrow to Coca-Cola. Well, without commas.
Without commas. Does everybody agree? Yeah, does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Well, No, sorry, I don't agree.
After Coca-Cola.
How many worlds there are where Coca-Cola is sold? Maybe.
No, the problem is not how many worlds, but how many Coca-Colas there are.
Okay.
Observe, in this case, I don't need commas because the information is necessary to distinguish a carbonated drink. In this case, I need the commas because this could be as parentheses because Coca-Cola is unique. In this case, the information is next to Coca-Cola, which is unique. So,
We need comma.
We need a comma.
Is it clear or not? You are not very sure, apparently.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
No, I think no. Can you repeat what you needed?
Yes. Could you please?
Vamos a suponer que esto está en paréntesis. La frase que está fuera del paréntesis, ¿se entiende? Millions of people drink Coca-Cola. Is it true or not?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Entonces, como está entre paréntesis, este es un chisme adicional que les estoy dando. O sea, yo pudiera dar otros chismes. Which is toxic, which is produced in
diabetes,
by a transnational, I don't know. I can say many things about Coca-Cola. So I need the comma because this information could be in parentheses. It's extra information.
Okay.
In this case, okay, Coca-Cola is a carbonated drink. That's true. But I put Coca-Cola inside. Okay, it was unique originally. But I put it in a big bag of all the carbonated drinks. So to make it special, to make it different, I need this information. I could say, for example, Jolly is a carbonated drink. Sí, también, ¿no? Pero no la venden en todo el mundo, ¿no? Entonces tendría que decir otra cosa para distinguirla. Jolly is a carbonated drink that is sold in Guerrero.
That is sold in.
¿No?
How do you know that?
Pues porque así era, ¿no? ¿O qué no? No
Sí.
es así.
That is sold in
O sea, toda la gente que ha ido a Acapulco sabe que allá venden Jolly. Bueno, y la gente que va de camino, ¿no? Y también la gente que va a Acapulco sabe que el pozole solo se vende en jueves. O sea,
Órale.
son como cosas ya fijas del planeta, ¿no? Entonces, así es. Entonces, necesito distinguirla. In next class, I am going to give more examples so that we can understand this better. But for the moment, let's accept that. I put it in a bag with many other carbonated drinks, so I need this information to make it unique. And in that case, no commas. Well, so number 10, Laura.
Students that have studied regularly will do well on the final exam. Okay. I underline that have studied regularly. I circle that. And I drew the arrow with students.
To students.
Students.
And now, commas or no commas?
No.
No commas. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
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 Good.
Yes.
Victoria, 11.
Gabriela and Trin, who have studied regularly, will do well on the final exam. I underlined have studied regularly. Who have studied regularly, sorry. I circled who. I drew the arrow to Gabriela and Trin. And a comma before the relative clause and after the relative clause.
Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it clear that the commas are necessary?
Yes.
Yes.
Because Gabriela and Trin are unique. So we are just giving extra information, okay? Number 12. Montse.
The car that I bought yesterday broke down today. I underlined that I bought yesterday. I circled that. I drew the arrow to the car. And I don't put commas.
I didn't put commas. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
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 Good.
Yes.
Okay, Jessica.
My new Supernova Sportmobile, which I bought yesterday, broke down today. I underlined which I bought yesterday. I drew. I circled the word which, and then I drew an arrow to a Supernova Sportmobile. And then I added commas before and after the relative clause.
Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Manuel.
My birthday is next Monday, which is a holiday. I underline which is a holiday. I circle which. And I drew the arrow to Monday. And no commas.
No commas. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Somebody said no. Who said no?
Me.
Lucero. Lucero? Okay. What is your objection, Lucero?
Because Monday, which is holiday, I feel like birthday is my birthday is next Monday. It's like a complete sentence. Doesn't need anything else. Like it could be in parentheses.
Okay. Does everybody agree?
No, because not all next Monday are my birthday.
Let's. Who was speaking? Sorry.
The men or the women?
No, but you. Who are you? Sair. Okay. Let's suppose that I am throwing a party because my birthday is soon. And I invite you like this. My birthday is next Monday, which is a holiday. Is it a normal way to invite you?
No.
Como que no quiero que vayas, ¿no? Como que te pongo a buscar en un calendario a ver cuál es el siguiente lunes que cae en día festivo. O sea.
And it's the beginning of the week.
O sea, como que tengo ganas de que no vayan. O sea, esto, si no le pongo comas, parece como que a mí me suena como si yo te saludara así de, hace 7 lunas que no te veo, cara pálida.
No.
Algo así me suena. Sí, o sea, yo nunca los invitaría, o sea, mi fiesta de cumpleaños es el próximo viernes que caiga en luna llena. Pues, perdón, o sea, tengo que andar buscando en un almanaque a ver cuándo cae en luna llena un jueves para ir a tu fiesta, pues suena raro, ¿no? Como que no te...
Porque es la sorpresa.
Demasiadas sorpresas hasta para los invitados. No es fiesta sorpresa a lo virtual, sino yo sorprendo a los invitados no invitando. Okay, so do you see that we need the commas or not? This is information by coincidence. This year, next Monday is a holiday, but it's
maybe another sentences maybe could be how many next Mondays are, no, or something like that. Or how many next Monday are there?
How many? No, it's simply the next Monday, which is a holiday, we celebrate. I don't know what ceremony, something like that. Okay, but in that case, you are defining the holiday. The next Monday, which is a holiday, we celebrate. I don't know, a very important civic holiday, something like that. Okay, so this is very well defined. It's my birthday, and by coincidence, or this year, it is a holiday. And finally, 15. Let's see. Axel.
A holiday that children especially love is Halloween. I underline that children especially love. Circle that. The arrow goes from that to holiday. We don't need commas.
No commas. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So next class, I will give the explanation so that to make these things and other cases that are not included in this exercise explicit. So for homework, in the exercise about Schulman that we have not finished, we have checked up to number 10 as far as I remember. So you are going to do from 11 to 17. 11 to 17. Okay? Fragments, run-ons, etc. And next class, we will study relative clauses in further detail. And as you can see, I have to prepare for my next class.